everybody. Welcome to another episode of Harry's House of Hits. We're talking about our 5th episode. We're going to look into breaking some 1992 Upper Deck. Some 1992 Upper Deck. There's some things we want to find in here. One, the most important, is finding Ted Williams. It says, find Williams. There's also some short prints in here with Tom Selleck. There's some short prints with Neon Sanders. And then some rookie cards. So, let's get to it. Thanks, Harry, for the introduction there. Let's just, not any wasting time, let's break into this thing. I've had this box for a little while, and I have just been dying to get into it. I'm going to try to get through it pretty quick here. If I can even get it started, it would be great. But here we go. All right, I'm going to pull all these cards out of here. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to do a quick as I can break. How about that? Ted Williams autograph. How cool would that be? Ted Williams autograph. And then throw on top of that possibility of the Deion Sanders short print. Now, it's not necessarily like the Jordan short print that you might find in 91 Upper Deck, but 92 does have the Deion Sanders. And like I said, or like Harry said, Tom Selleck's in here as well. So, all right. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to keep it all in frame where you can see what's happening. These Upper Decks are so rough to open up sometimes. I'll get into a rhythm here, and hopefully I can do something here. Boy, these are tight. Okay. All right. And I believe about every single one of these packs is going to be, this card's facing this way, this one's facing the other way. It's just going to be a complete mess. And if it starts dragging, I'll make a part 2 of the video. So stick around. If I break loose here and you'll lose this, there will be a part 2 to this, because we want to get through them all. 2 packs open. These are about a nightmare. But we're getting there, hey? So I was watching the bottom line on ESPN tonight as I'm watching some different bracketologist guys selecting who's going to win the NCAA tournament next weekend. And I saw some different guys signing some big-time contracts. And one of the names that really caught my eye was Francisco Lindor is getting ready to sign possibly sign a big contract with the Mets. They just got him not too long ago. Like, I don't know that I would take a risk on him just yet. Let's see what he does. And before we pay him. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But, all right, let's get started here, okay? Let's see here. Moving on. I'm not going to read every name. Dave Parker, pretty good player. Let's see. Jesse Orozco. Upside Down. Lance Parrish. Gary Gaetti. Centralia legend. There's Atlanta Braves sticker. Let's see. These cards are... You get into some older packs and you think, man, they're going to stick together and all kinds of stuff. Not the case with these. These are almost slick. Hey, there's a Pedro Martinez rookie card right in front of right behind an Ozzie Smith. Not too shabby. And there's old Pedro, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, Hall of Famer. Fantastic stuff. I'll set him off to the side here. Start me a stack. Willie Blanks rookie card. We'll pass. Looks like Delino DeShields. Yep, Delino DeShields. Mike Mussina, Hall of Famer. I'm a sucker for Hall of Famers and rookies, so be prepared for me pulling those guys out here. If I get too excited, Harry may come back. He may spell me if something happens that I feel like I need to get real excited. There's John Smoltz. Nice Atlanta Braves Hall of Famer. Juan Gonzalez, not a huge fan. I know some people really liked him back in the day. Here comes a couple of rookies. See if I can flip these around. Charles Nagy. Arthur Rhodes. He had a long career. Not worth pulling out, though. Sean Dunston. I remember left field at Wrigley Field, they had the Sean-o-meter. It was just Sean's batting average. I don't know why they did that, but as a Cub fan, I thought it was pretty cool. Chicago White Sox. Kind of weird logo there on that White Sox card. Let's look at that again. See that logo? Chicago. That's just, I don't know. Never seen that style of it before. Todd Stoudemire. Andy Dennis. Ed Sprague. blast from the past. Of course, all these names are blast from the past, I guess. Robbie Thompson, Albert Bell, Gary Pettis, Willie Cordero. 2 in a row. Back-to-back, that guy. Thanks. Thanks, Tops. Looks like Willie McGee. Willie McGee was with the Giants for just a short stint, and he became the checklist guy. Man, he must have been really good to just show up at a team and not do anything there. Willie McGee was pretty good, though. The famous Ryan Sandberg game should have been the Willie McGee game, except Ryan Sandberg did some things in that game to kind of change the view of that. Ryan Harvey, Jeff Blauser, Kelly Gruber, Julio Franco, Mark Eichhorn. He is having a blast signing some autographs for some soldiers right there. That's a fun looking card. I was gonna say funny, but then I thought that's not funny. It's fun. Roger Salkett, his rookie card again. Here's Arthur Rhodes again. Fred McGriff checklist. This has not gone very well so far, folks. We've pulled 3 cards total out of this first, I think it was 5 packs that we opened there. Pat Kelly, Greg Bailey. Maybe Harry needs to come back and open these next packs because I have not had very good luck. Man, those cards are sticking. Hey, Jim Abbott. Not a Hall of Famer, not a huge player, but I like to stick him in the good pile because just what he did was fantastic. Mike Fielder, Dwight Gooden, the Doc. I'll pass on him. Willie Blanks again. And we have another Pedro Martinez rookie card. How about that in the first 2 packs? Eddie Murphy checklist. All right. So it looks like I'm opening up some more cards. 6 minutes into the video, I think we're doing pretty good. So let's get the ripping the rest of these up here. And don't forget, if you're enjoying our content, hit that subscribe button. I mean, that's how it happens, folks. That's how it happens. Subscribe it, like it, hit the bell if you want some. Well, of course, we don't really go live very often, so hitting the bell, I'll be honest with you, is not as important. I did see the back of a Ted Williams card, which there are insert Ted Williams cards in here. Some of them could be, or one of them could be signed. It's not likely. The odds aren't very good. That's probably something I could have checked on the pack to see what the odds actually are. But I didn't do that for y'all. Just have to roll the dice with me here. Another card that we could find in here is a Tripper Jones Durham Bulls card. So that's kind of cool. If you've seen the movie. Oh, with Kevin Costner. Dadgummit.
Rene Russo?
No, who was that? That wasn't Rene. That was, what was her face? Man, it was with Durham Bulls. That was, put it in the comments below. By the time you put it in the comments below, I'll remember what it was.
Sarandon?
No, Susan Sarandon, yes. Susan Sarandon. What was the name of that movie? I'm blanking here. Why am I blanking on the name of that movie?
Bull Durham?
Bull Durham, duh. Holy cow. I said half the title, man. That's terrible. Maybe it's because I'm so worried about opening these foil packs here.
It's because you think that auto's in there.
That auto might be in here. I don't know. Tim Belcher there. Let's see, Rick Sutcliffe. You know, Sammy Sosa. Hey, look at that. There's our first look at King Griffey Jr. It's one of those 3 pictures in one kind of hologram type picture. Not a hologram. It's not a hologram. It's silly. But there's King Griffey Jr. Nice card. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Try to keep these pictures in frame. I'll tell you what. I watch a lot of guys do this, and I am impressed with how well they keep the darn thing in frame. Hey, Kenny Lofton rookie card. That's pretty nice. I'll throw that one on the side. Here's a Roberto Hernandez rookie card. Not as exciting as Kenny Lofton, though. For some reason. I like Kenny Lofton. He played for the Cubbies for a little bit. That might be why. Real Cormier. I yelled his name out at him in a Cardinal game so my cousin could get an autograph. He was walking across the outfield, and I yelled, "Hey, Real," which probably he doesn't hear very often because no one knows him. There's Billy Ripken. It's another. Man, I'll tell you what, this guy, I don't know if on baseball card day, the camera showed up, and he just thought, how goofy can I be? And he just did it. He did a good job of just going all out. Randy Myers. Hey, Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Famer, my absolute favorite player of all time. Hey, Rondo, way to go. Nice play out there. There's a Ryan Kolesko rookie card coming up. We'll throw that one on the side, too. I got a buddy who's a big fan of Ryan Kolesko. Kyle Abbott, rookie card. I've always thought, I don't know the answer to this, but is Kyle Jim's brother? Because they look a lot alike. They're both left-handed, and they both played for the Angels. Ray Sanchez. Playing for the Angels does not make you a brother, by the way. I know that. Ron Darling. Brian Harper.
In baseball.
Brothers in baseball. Tim Raines. Rock Raines. Denny Nagel was a nice... That's two Denny Nagels in a row. Upper Deck's notorious for that.
I'll throw
Dante
the
Bichette.
stats at you for the Ted Williams autograph.
All right.
here.
Shoot. Larry Walker.
There was 2,500 of them put in these packs.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't sound like bad odds by today's standards, but back in the day, you have to remember they were producing hundreds of thousands of these cards. Well, at least close to 100,000, I would say.
Tons and tons and tons.
So if you figure that, your chances are like terrible.
They're not good. Hey, and we know that going in. But you know what? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
The short print Deion Sanders, I had the privilege of pulling one of those. Those are really cool cards.
Excuse me.
He's changing from a football player to a baseball player. It's a really cool card.
There's Gracie, Mark Grace. Throw him in the good pile just because I can. It's my show. Here's Steve Decker. Todd Van Poppel rookie card. There's our Ted Williams at the very bottom. Well, I guess it's the halfway point of this stack. And this one is not autographed, which is fine. That's fine. Still a cool card. I'm going to put it in the pile, though, because you never know. You might be able to congregate enough of those to put a set together, possibly. All right, here we go. Mark Langston. My stack of good cards is not very big right now. There's Darryl Strawberry posing like he's ready for the GQ magazine there. There's Deion Sanders, not the one we're looking for, but that is Deion Sanders. That's a nice card. He's posing too. I had the privilege of seeing Darryl Strawberry preach one night. He was in a revival or something at a church down the street, and I thought, I'd go down there and listen to Darryl Strawberry. He brought the thunder, man. He was good. He was good. He would sound like one of them, Southern evangelist preachers that spits on you and all that stuff. And he got after it, man. He had a lot to talk about. How about this one? And there's another King Griffey Jr. card. I think this is a pretty cool card. I do not have this card. Well, I do now. Now I have two of them. But that is a really neat looking card right there, my opinion. But anyways, there's two of them. That'd be nice if that card went back to back, unlike some of these other guys. Mark Leiter. Let's see. Alfredo Bip Roberts. There's Will Clark getting some eye black put on. Tom Goodwin. All right, there's a Ted Wood. Ted Wood. I'm going to put that off to the side too because that looks like it might be part of that Heroes for Ted Williams and part of that set. So just in case we get close enough to the set, somebody out there in the world wants those cards. They're putting together a set. There's Paul Molitor. He's a Hall of Famer. Somebody out there is putting that set together, and might as well hang on to it and see who's interested. Ivan Rodriguez, Hall of Fame catcher, mostly for the Texas Rangers. I had a buddy who had the Texas Rangers in a break, and his autograph came up in the break, and I was super excited for him. I thought, man, that's awesome. And then it was a Miami Marlins. It was in a Miami Marlins uniform, so it went to the Marlins at the break. Such a shame. What a shame for him that have Oil Can Boyd. I tell you, that's pretty cool. Best baseball name I've ever heard, though. Not Oil Can Boyd. Oil's good. Oil Can Boyd's good. Don't get me wrong. But Billy Joe Robideaux. Billy Joe Robideaux is my favorite baseball name of all time. Not my favorite player, but my favorite baseball name of all time. Billy Joe Robideaux. Left-handed hitter, played for the Milwaukee Brewers. There's Nolan Ryan. We're going to see that here in just a second. But it was, I don't know that I've ever actually seen him play baseball. A buddy of mine, we were just going through some old cards at one point in time, and we saw his name in a stack of cards, and Billy Joe Robideaux. Outstanding. Billy Joe Robideaux. So let's move on from Billy Joe Robideaux. I've said that like 5 times now.
I had the 6-pack.
About had the 6-pack of Billy Joe Robideaux. And I'd have loved to heard Harry Carey say Billy Joe Robideaux, but that may be for another day. Man, these packs are something else. And you want to get like rough with them, but you can't get too rough because you might be damaging a Ted Williams autograph in there somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and get after these here. Chris Gwynn, Wade Boggs, best hitter card. Well, I've way to get out frame. Here we go. Best hitter card, Wade Boggs. I'll put that over there. Dan Plesac, Bernard Gilkey. Is that it? Yep, Bernard Gilkey. Old Chuck Knobloch. Lonnie Smith with the Braves. Nice player for the Braves. Candy Maldonado. Tony Fernandez. There's Delino DeShield's base card. We saw his checklist earlier. There's another checklist. There's a Jim Abbott checklist right there, isn't it? It sure is. Guess what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to put it in the good stack because I like collecting Jim Abbott. Sue me. Cecil Fielder, best power. I didn't know that they made these cards where they just said, this dude is the best hitter, and just put him on the card. Like, how do you put Wade Boggs on there and not Tony Gwynn? He was a pretty good hitter. I think there'd be an argument for that. Let's see here. We got another checklist. Eric Yelding, Pete Cavilla. There's a Frank Thomas. That's a nice looking card. Big Hurt. He'll go in the good stack. And not this guy, though. Dickie Thon. What a name. That's a great... Hey, there's Frank Big Hurt again's checklist for the Chicago White Sox. Put him in the good stack, starting to collect some cards. That's a cool card. Best base runner. Take a guess? Best base runner.
Deion.
Oh, come on. Ricky Henderson.
I forgot Ricky was still playing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ricky Henderson played forever.
He did play forever.
That is neat. I like the looks of this. I'm a baseball coach, high school baseball coach. That is a cool card. George Brett's getting it out front, and the bat is literally bending as he's hitting the ball. That is a neat-looking card. And he's a Hall of Famer, so let's put him over there. Randy Velarde, Tom Hankey, Jose Uribe, Jose Rio. There's Cal Ripken Jr. signing an autograph. That's awesome looking. Like Cal Ripken Jr. We had this in our first episode. I believe that looks like Bo Jackson, but I believe that's going to be Danny Tartable. And I'm correct on that one. But we had this debate on Sosa McGuire saving baseball, and I threw Cal Ripken's name out in episode 1. And I believe that. I think the three of them together, when they broke those records and did all that, saved baseball. And the strike of 94, darn near killed it. And then those guys, a few years later, I'm going to throw Steve Finley in the good pile. Don't sue me here. Don't be too rough on me in the comments. But I do have a stack of Steve Finleys that I'm collecting. I've got a bunch of them. But, hey, Barry Bonds. I'll throw him over there, too. But those guys really stepped up and were huge. This guy was huge in this card. If you pulled this card, you were living life. You were in the high life right here. I'm sorry, I thought that was Pat Listash. Never mind, Pat Lennon was nobody. We're moving on. Alan Ashby. That's Craig Biggio. Yep, Craig Biggio. And there he is, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan. Living around St. Louis, I was lucky enough in high school to have someone who gave me a ton of Cardinal tickets. So I got to see, even as a Cub fan, it was really neat to see Mark McGwire really, I mean, I bet I saw him hit 20 or 30 of his home runs in person that year. It was fantastic. I even saw some Sosa home runs when they came to town. Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer, put him in the good pile. Kevin Seitzer, Willie Wilson. I didn't know Willie Wilson played in 92. I thought he'd been retired by then. Ted Wood again. Man, that's a good Ted Wood card. Let's see here. Rob Dibble, checklist. Glenn Davis. Oh, no short prints yet.
We need an SP to get us going.
Hey,
there was an SP3, SP4, and SP5.
Yeah,
we've cool in this.
We got none of those yet. There's a Sammy Sosa card. That's cool. I got a PC that guy. He's pretty good.
I believe the SP3 was Deion. The SP4 was George Brett and Robin Yount, possibly. Okay. And the SP5 was the Tom Selleck, Frank Thomas, or vice versa on the Yount and Selleck.
Hey, I'd be fine with finding any of those.
Yeah, those were great cards.
There's a David Justice on the Braves checklist in 92. That's kind of cool.
They're not really worth much, but they're awfully cool.
Well, they're short prints still.
The Deion, graded out, it's going to be worth some money.
Yeah, I mean, you take what you can get on those, really. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And I saw the Tom Selleck card. We had bought some 92 Upper Decks at our local card store in Effingham, Illinois. And I don't know, I like going through the cheaper $1 packs, and you get more cards that way, in my opinion. I'd rather spend $1 and get a plethora of cards than buy one pack for, you know, $60 or whatever. You know, those blaster boxes can get pretty high. So I like to do that. I'm also a set builder too. So when you get into the cheaper cards, you get more cards to complete your sets. So I like to build those sets. So anyways, my buddy here pulled the Tom Selleck out, and I said, man, that's pretty sweet. Next thing I knew, it was in my pile. I think he looked it up on YouTube and found out that it wasn't worth much, but his old buddy thought it was a pretty cool card. So I ended up coming home with it. So I was pretty grateful for that. Hey, we can see Harry's face again now in the picture. That's what we were looking for, is to get some of these out of the way so we can see Harry's face again.
He's been out back drinking a 6-pack of Budweiser.
Hey, everybody, I'm back. I took a little bathroom break. Now I'm back. Let's open up some cards. You guys might check out the episode 4 of ours. We did Harry actually called the whole thing. The whole thing, man. His throat was killing him at the end of it. But I didn't realize this. Barry Bonds, on the back of Barry Bonds' card, he's wearing a top hat. On the back of the card, he's out there shagging fly balls in a top hat. Kind of crazy, but still a cool card. Cool card. Rondell White. Boy, he was really, really good. Man, I forgot what I was talking about. But you might check out our episode 4. We had a what do they call hot cards?
Hot cards mystery pack.
Hot cards mystery pack. $24.99. We opened them up. Some great hits in there. Check out the video. If I told you about the hits, then you wouldn't watch it. So I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. Go watch that. We had a good time. That was a fun time. Good stuff. Dwight Gooden, and I got off screen there a little bit. Let's see. This guy's pretty good. Raul Mondesi rookie card. I'm going to put him in the good pack because I'm telling you, somebody out there liked Raul Mondesi so much that they might be interested in that card. So I'm going to put it off the side. We got Brian Holman from the Seattle Mariners. When I saw that card, I immediately thought of Randy Johnson. We haven't seen Randy Johnson yet in this box. Harry Carey would have just slaughtered his name. Mark Gubicza. I don't know.
Harry Carey slaughtered a lot of names.
Man, he would have really slaughtered that one.
It's what made Harry Carey.
Oh, Harry did a lot of stuff.
He was great.
You know, one of my favorite things about Harry Carey is when they would span into the crowd and find a beautiful woman in the crowd, and Harry wouldn't talk about the woman directly, but he would say something along the lines of, "What a beautiful day it is, Steve," almost to say, "How hot is she?" Steve Stone, he knew what he was talking about. He knew where Harry was going with it. Steve Stone, one of the best color men in the game. Jose De Leon. That's a pretty good name. Marvin Freeman.
Also, throw a shout out here real quick. We do have a couple of mystery packs inbound from Jim Mint Chris. If you don't like him on YouTube, go give him a look. He supposedly puts together some great mystery packs. He's got a couple on the way to us now. We'll open those up as soon as we get them and get you a video.
Yeah.
Go check him out. And as always, a shout out to Jabs. We love Jabs.
Yeah, we just got done watching Jabs open some Inception. This is a great job. I just opened a pack. I got some more laying down here. I jumped the gun on you guys. And what I probably should do is shut this video down and start over. But man, we're at 24 minutes and I got one stack left.
You can cruise through this. We got this.
Yep, we got this. Let's do it. Let's put the metal down.
No reading names unless they're big names.
Ivan Rodriguez.
There you go.
That's a Hall of Famer. Charles Nagy again. I can't help but say some of these names. Mike Jackson. There's a Cal. And this guy was the best defensive player. Cal Ripken Jr. Upper Deck just says, this guy's the best at this, and puts his name on the card. Which, Cal Ripken Jr. is a great defensive player. And for my book, I would take Ozzie Smith at shortstop over Cal Ripken Jr. defensively.
Ozzie Smith is in the Hall of Fame because of his defense.
Yeah.
Certainly not his offense.
There's Tony Gwynn.
He had like 27 home runs in his career.
Yeah, he was in his offense. The Tony Gwynn card right here, it should say best hitter. I'm just saying. So there's Cecil Fielder. Hey, Cecil Fielder. I don't know what he's doing with this San Diego chicken, but I don't know what he's got going on there. That's kind of cool. San Diego chicken in the picture with him. That almost looks like it could be a short print. It's not. I looked in the back. Mark Lemke. Hey, here we go. Ken Griffey, Ken Sr., and Craig and Ken Griffey Jr. Huh. I did not know he had more than one son. Ken had Craig that was a Seattle Mariner as well. Go figure. Card number 85 of the set. Never seen it before. That looks pretty awesome. All right. That's that stack. Let's open up some more cards here, and we'll keep hammering down. I was really, really excited to open this box. And now that I'm on the last third of the box, my excitement's starting to dwindle a little bit. I haven't even seen a short print.
It's in there. That Sp3 or that Ted Williams auto is in there.
And I hope you're right. I hope you are right.
We're going to give these folks something to talk about.
To open up a Ted Williams auto, to find a Ted Williams auto would be unbelievable.
Harry's house of hits is about to go through the roof.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Especially since that card is going to my PC.
Sponsored by Budweiser.
Holy cow, I'm a Bud man and a Cub fan. You remember the commercial that he had where he was a Bud man and a Cub fan, and he danced, and it was really obvious that they had a stunt double or whatever, but he'd like do a front flip or something, and then he'd land, and Harry would bounce up and down, and he'd have some sort of line in the commercial. They were awesome. You couldn't go wrong with Harry Carey back in the day. You absolutely could not go wrong. Even to this day, I get a kick out of the fact that they still at seventh inning stretch will play him doing the seventh inning stretch at Wrigley. I just wish that Harry Carey could have called the 16 season where they won the World Series. And even on top of that, old Ron Santo missed out on that season too. So it's sad when those guys go. There's a couple Ted Williams cards in this last stack here. So let's get to cracking here. All right. Jose could say best athlete. Now, I'm going to tell you, Bo Jackson played in 92, but Bo Jackson was injured. He had a bad hip. Not for the hip, Bo Jackson is going to be the best athlete. I would take Canseco too. Speaking of Bo Jackson, the next card is Bo Jackson. Folks, I didn't plan that, I promise. One of my favorite athlete of all time. There's Wade Boggs, best hitter apparently. But Jose Canseco was the last man to go 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases. You can't say that he's not pretty darn good. Oh, there's Randy Johnson right there. And I'm to be honest with you, that doesn't even really look like Randy Johnson. He looks young in that picture. Like,
I think we'll see Acuna possibly do the 40-40.
I've heard some people say that Acuna could be that guy. Here's another Ted Williams cards. Kevin
Has
Morton.
the skill set to do it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really actually surprised we haven't seen Mike Trout do it yet. I don't know that he's. I mean, obviously, I say this and people are going to go, "You're crazy," but Trout's kind of out of his prime now. I don't know that he has the legs to do it. He might, but I'll tell you, Acuna is he's pretty darn good. And they're talking a lot about this guy up in Chicago too, this Luis Robert. If he's as good as his baseball cards sales say he is, then he might be a 40-40 contender because he runs well and hits well. There's a Mark McGwire card. That's a pretty cool card too. I like those long swing looking cards. Those are cool. Trying to think if there's any more like big time players that we haven't seen yet. And I think we've seen them all. Junior Felix there. All right, 29 minutes and 42 seconds. I think we're going to be right around the 30-minute mark when this is all said and done. Unless we find that Ted Williams autograph and I flip my lid.
Then we're going to talk a while.
Then it might last a little bit longer. So stay tuned. Alan Davis. I opened these packs and I started thinking, am I putting these packs in backwards? And it really doesn't matter. There's another Randy Johnson. After me saying I haven't found any, there's now 2 of them. There's Craig Biggio again, checklist. Who's this guy? Well, Ryan Kolesko, and is that Jim Thome? It is. Ryan Kolesko and Jim Thome on the rookies checklist. That is a cool looking card.
I also did not know this. There is a 92, card number 424, Ken Griffey Jr. in here, which you found. But above that is a 92 Upper Deck Heroes, Joe Morgan and Johnny Bench autograph in this.
Oh, really? Yeah, I would be okay with that as well.
They are numbered out of 2,500. All the autographs are 2,500.
I would take any of those. That would be fantastic. We got Cal Ripken Jr. coming up.
The Ken Griffey Jr. where he's in like the holographic looking mode.
Yeah, it's like still in a base.
That is like the 3rd most valuable card in this, according to this list.
I could see that. Royce Clayton, a rookie card. He was pretty darn good. Let's see here. I've got a bunch of these backwards.
This is a little old, but
Todd Zill, huge player.
Got it the same price as the Prime Times 2.
Oh, really?
And Pedro Martinez is the next in value.
Well, we got 2 Pedros in here. Well, right off the bat, actually, we haven't seen Pedro in a while. After the first few packs, I thought, my gosh, we're going to see a ton of this. There's Frank Thomas again. And Frank Thomas, I think his value is pretty darn good, considering. Brian Jordan rookie card. I'm going to put him off the side because I was a huge fan of Brian Jordan. You talk about Deion Sanders being a 2-sport guy and, Bo Jackson being... So was Brian Jordan. People don't realize this, but Brian Jordan played outfield for the Cardinals, and he was also a Atlanta Falcon.
And an Atlanta Brave at one time.
Yeah, of course, he played baseball longer than he played football, which is normal for a lot of those guys. I mean, there's Paul Molitor again, another Hall of Famer. What we got here? Harold Reynolds.
You don't see that a lot these days.
No.
Nobody's willing to risk their talent for 2 sports.
Jeff Bagwell, Hall of Famer. My good stack is not only getting big, but it is getting pretty sloppy over here. Ron Karkovice. Ron Karkovice, catcher for the Chicago White Sox. There's Derek Bell. He was pretty good, too. Jeff Juden, rookie card. Thank goodness I got that one. I was getting nervous. Hey, there he is. I did not realize that he was in here until I saw the checklist, but Jim Thome, rookie card. I hate to say it, but I was watching a video the other night, and Jim Thome came across the board, and the guy said, Thome. He said, Thome. Like, come on. Hey, there's Reggie Sanders. He never was like a big-time player, but I swear to you, he played in more World Series games than anyone in the history of baseball. I don't know what the stat is on that, but I felt like he was on a World Series team every year he played. Once he left Cincinnati, I should say. He didn't win much in Cincinnati. And he went to St. Louis and played several years there. He was in, I think he was in Atlanta for a little while, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying to everybody. But it seemed like for me he was in the playoffs all the time. Dave Fleming. There's Dave Winfield, 400. Wow, what's his checklist? All right, that's kind of a nice card. I did not even pull it out, but we got Tony Gwynn again. Tony Gwynn, and there's Kirby Puckett. Okay, and we're continuing on here. We're running out of time to find short print. Surely there's a short print in every box. You would think that there would be one of those short prints in every box, but who am I to say?
You would think wrong.
My 92 upper deck common stack is getting pretty high over here.
My 91 pile says that SP1 of Jordan is not.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. We've been on the hunt for Jordan at that Jordan SP for quite a while. I think that's of course the first episode we did a whole box of 91 upper deck and could not find it.
That was before Harry
did we? Or did we? Maybe you should check it out. Todd Van Poppel.
Before Harry joined our team.
Yeah, Harry didn't join he wasn't on the team that first video, but he is definitely with us now. There's that Winfield 400 card again. That's a really neat looking card. I don't know. That's a 400 home runs, I'm guessing. I don't know. Brian Williams, rookie card. Chris George. I'm not feeling it, man. This is getting pretty thin here. Mike Maddox, Dave Cone, Wally Whitehurst. Man. Craig Lefferts. He sounds like a cartoon character. Another Ryan Klesko rookie card. Reggie Sanders again. Kyle Abbott. Gene Larkin. This is not looking good. Hey, Rob Deere. He could hit the ball a country mile. Gary Sheffield. There's the Eck. Dennis Eckersley. Great pitcher. Uh-oh. Donnie Hill, Paul Ossenbacher. We're down to 3 cards left. Bob Tewksbury. Rick Honeycutt. And the last one is going to be a Kenny Rogers. You know, it's kind of ironic that he would be the last one because you got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold him. And it's time to fold him because we kind of took a beating in this box. I say we took a beating. There's a lot of good cards to come out of that. Some rookie cards. Jim Thome rookie cards in there. A lot of different...
couple Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, two Griffeys, 2 Martinez, Pedros, and we did okay. So, needless to say, it was a lot of fun. I was excited to open up this box, and by God, we did it. We did it tonight. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys will hit the subscribe button and the like button and give us some pubs so we can grow this channel. And maybe one of these days we'll have ourselves an online auction, which is what we really want to do, so that we can start enjoying this stuff. So, okay, give us a like, and that's it for tonight. And like I always say to finish out a video, Cubs win! Cubs win!